What is up, everybody? It rained again. On a little road trip here to look at possibly buying something that I need, like a hole in my head, but I might need some orange back in my life. It's about an hour, 45 minutes southeast of my house, so we'll be there shortly. Well, it's a couple weeks later. I did purchase something that day. You want to see what it is? Oh, hell yeah. The beast of the prairie. I haven't even heard this thing run. I bought it without hearing it. Oh man, that thing sounds mean as hell. This is gonna be a good restoration project for YouTube. Can't wait to restore this thing and put it back in the field. Original local tractor. It was sold in Morris, Illinois, and I bought it about 5 miles from Morris, Illinois. Find them till you find them. I haven't driven it. I went to look that day at a 7580, and I ended up buying this one instead. This was in the corner of the shed. Alright, it's windy out here. Can't really help it. It's a pretty crappy day. Rained again. But here's the new purchase. First time I've heard it run. It's got 8 brand new tires on it. I gotta put the back wheels back on, but that's where it originally came from. She's got several leaks, I see. 3-point cylinders. They need some attention. Got PTO 3.4 remotes. Steering cylinder right here is leaking. Boy, it sounds mean as hell though. Climb up in this beast. It smells rather nasty in here. Mrs. G loves it when cabs are varmint infested. She likes cleaning that up. It's got the stadium lights. This one came with the AM FM radio option. Air conditioning. I'm sure none of the above works. $5,000 hours if that's correct. Who knows? Boy, they sure had a lot smaller cabs back in this day. But it's got the goofy or crazy shifter that you pick your gears there. Then you got your high and low over here, and then another, your power director down here. Oh, throttle's a little stiff. Well, what should we do first? I'm thinking give this thing a hell of a bath. Maybe change the oil. I don't think it's charging. I really wanted to, I still got, I don't know, 500 acres left to plant. I really wanted to hook a field cultivator up behind this thing and work it. Try to get some of the fuel run out of it. It's been sitting in a barn for a while. But I'm thinking that it may need a few more repairs than I have time for, even to just get it to the field. But I don't think those straight pipes are gonna stay. They're cool and all, but I think it's gonna get the mufflers back. There's some dents in it and the tin work. Don't worry. This thing will be shining like you wouldn't believe when we get done with it. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm gonna wear the damn driveway out. See if the power director works. Oh yeah. Guy that helps me sometimes in the field told me that 9230 Steiger of mine's a little noisy. Wait till he gets to drive this. What did you say? Huh? Alright, let's pull this thing up here and hose her down. Alright, hopefully you can hear me. I'm spraying it down with Purple Power, letting it marinate for a little bit, and then Colin will start giving this thing its first bath in a long time. He's washing the scum off of my fuel tanks right now. You know how they get that like black algae or whatever growing on them? I'm gonna give her a good hose down with degreaser, and then we'll start washing her down. It'll get washed many times before it gets painted, but I just want the majority of the grease off. I hate working on stuff covered in crap if I don't have to. And I think I'll go and take off these front duals since the rears are already off, because I'm gonna need them off when we paint it anyway. So I have not messed with clamp-on duals in over 20 years, but I'm gonna go do some digging because I know I built a socket for these a long time ago. I'll go dig through some boxes on shelves that haven't been touched for a long time and see if I can find that socket.
tool. Probably made that 20 years ago.
There's several ways of getting these off. But, want to see how I do it? Alright, it's the next day. Colin spent about, I don't know, 4 hours, 3-4 hours washing on this thing. It's way better than it was, but so the 8550 Alice, we never had one of these on our family farm growing up, but I grew up running 7000 series tractors, like 70s, 60s, and the very first tractor I bought in high school was a 7030 Alice, and I just love Alice tractors. I just like the way that they were designed and built, and the minute I saw this thing, it's always been like one of my dream tractors that I've wanted to have. So I love these, the big power horses of the 70s and 80s. So to find a local one that's never left the area was pretty cool. These tractors were ahead of their times, as far as I'm concerned, in the late 70s, as far as the hydraulics. You never saw tractors with 8 lights, on the front of them or the back of them at that time, and they're just built like a freaking tank. So this engine is so you got a turbo for each bank of 3 cylinders, hence the 2 stacks. It's a 731 cubic inch engine. I know some of them got retrofitted with a 855 Cummins whenever this engine let go, but hopefully this one will last for what I'm wanting to do. These tractors were built from 1978 to 1981, and they had a operating weight of 27,000 pounds, and the engine horsepower was rated at 300. This particular model or tractor is a 1979 model, which happens to be the same model year as myself. So that's pretty darn cool too, that it was built the year I was born. It's gonna need some work, but hopefully by this fall we can have it straightened out, and I would love to pull the 530 DMI Ripper with this. Mrs. G got to see it for the first time yesterday, and she just said, "That's nice." But now she's excited to paint it too, and clean it all up. She knows how much I love these tractors. But I wanted to take it down the road and get it warm and drain the engine oil out of it, because I don't know how many years it's been sitting, but it's been sitting a while the way it sounds. But the steering cylinder on the other side, the seals are blown so bad in it, it's bypassing oil, and it steers really funky the one way. So, and it's shooting oil out while it's running. So those I got to pull out no matter what and get fixed before I can run it too much. And the dual fuel tanks, like this one's been brazed on and it's wet. So this tank's gonna have to come off. And I see, side note, that is one hellaciously heavy built quick hitch. I mean, that is a chunk of iron right there. There was a few drips on the ground under this tank too, and I see underneath it's like it's leaking under the strap. So I'll just drain all the old fuel out of it and take both tanks off and take them to the welding shop and have them fixed up. But all in all, I'm really happy with it. I mean, to have 4 remotes on it too for 1979 is pretty cool. I don't know if I will ever use this 3-point. The 3-point cylinders are leaking pretty bad. This thing would be awesome in like a plow day, but I don't have any plows. I'm contemplating just taking the cylinders off of it, or just leaving the cylinders on there, but just taking the hoses off, and then just taking the 3-point arms and the quick hitch off, so it's just all out of the way and easier for hooking up hydraulic hoses. My plan for this tractor is to be a tillage tractor. Add it to the fleet. The alternator's not charging, and it's got the knee off alternator, and those are like stupidly expensive. I think I will convert it to like a Delco style. Just got to get the right one, because the tach, the RPM signal comes off of the alternator. I got to do a little research on that. The throttle cable is pretty stiff. It's probably going to need a throttle cable. There's a Sandin AC conversion kit for these. I think I will put a Sandin compressor on it and all new lines. When it's running, this is shaking because that bracket's cracked. So look for some upcoming videos on this beast. I got my 1 day of planting in so far this week before it rained again, but luckily I finished all the corn. But yeah, we're going to be working on this and the 4440 restoration project simultaneously probably. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.